Welcome back to the Success Stories of Famous People playlist here on Beyond Busywork. Today's story is about a man who turned strength, resilience, and charisma into a global empire, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. From his early days wrestling in the WWE to breaking box office records in Hollywood, building successful businesses like Teremana Tequila, and even co-owning a football league, The Rock's journey is the perfect mix of hard work and reinvention. Stick around as we uncover how he became one of the world's most influential entertainers and entrepreneurs. And hey, if you love inspiring journeys like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community for more weekly success stories.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the place that digs into the sources so you don't have to.
That's right.
And today, wow, we are tackling a huge one, a really fascinating career, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Yeah, and it's easy to just see the end result, right? Highest paid actor, business mogul, this massive global brand. You almost think it was inevitable.
Right, like he was just destined for it.
Exactly. But our mission today, looking at, all the research, biographies, career analyses, it's to pull back the curtain.
Okay.
Find those key moments, the pivots, the failures even, and the thinking behind how he managed to conquer, three totally different fields? Sports, entertainment, business. It's pretty wild.
It really is. And we're starting right at the beginning because I think you have to understand the drive, the ownership mentality later on, before the spotlight, before the money. He was actually a troubled kid.
That's the foundation, absolutely. Born 72, Hayward, California. The sources are clear. By 17, he wasn't just messing around. He had arrests, fighting, theft, even check fraud.
Seriously,
Yeah.
Check fraud.
Yeah. This wasn't just, teenage rebellion. It sounds like he was really on a bad track.
So phase one isn't about some early success story. It's about turning that around completely. And the research points to a high school football coach, Jody Quick.
That's the name that comes up. Quick saw something, recruited him, sure. But the key thing was changing his, quote, thought process. Taking that maybe survival instinct and channeling it.
Yeah.
Setting goals.
And it worked.
Seems like it clicked almost instantly.
Yeah.
It's a full ride, athletic scholarship, University of Miami. And Miami then. That was big-time football. Huge program.
Yeah.
He was even on the 91 national championship team.
But, and this is crucial, right? He wasn't the guy. He was a defensive tackle, yeah, but a backup. He was behind future NFL legends like Warren Sapp.
Yep.
So he's there, he's got the talent, but he's not like the star player.
Exactly. And that sets up the first major roadblock. He graduates, goes into the 95 NFL draft, and doesn't get picked. Undrafted. He signs with the Calgary Stampeders Canadian Football League, CFL, and gets cut. Just 2 months into his rookie season. Cut.
Wow. So the entire dream, everything Coach Slick helped build, just collapses.
Completely. Gone. And that failure, that rock bottom moment, that's what forces the next pivot. The one that maybe seemed unlikely at the time.
Professional wrestling, the family business, was it an immediate jump? Like, okay, football's done, guess I'll wrestle.
It sounds like it was pretty quick out of necessity. The story goes he had like $7 left in his pocket when he got cut. He had to do something.
$7.
So yeah, leveraged the family name. His dad, Rocky Johnson, his grandfather, Peter Maybia. But think about the mindset shift. Football failure meant he couldn't just rely on being the biggest, strongest guy anymore. He had to start using, his brain, his charisma.
Which brings us right into phase two, sports entertainment. WWF, 1996, Rocky Maivia, third generation star. Sounds like a perfect setup.
You'd think so. But the audience reaction? Oh, it was bad.
Bad how?
Total rejection, visceral. They brought him in as this squeaky clean good guy, the face in wrestling terms. And the fans hated it, just despised this too perfect character.
Hated it how? Like booing.
Oh, way beyond booing. The chants were legendary in a bad way. Things like, die, Rocky, die, and Rocky sucks, night after night.
Whoa, die, Rocky, die. That's intense. Imagine hearing that from thousands of people.
Right. Could have easily just ended his career right there. Psychologically crushing.
So the transformation into The Rock, was that a calculated PR move or just pure reaction? Like, okay, you hate me, I'll give you something to really hate.
Probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
Desperation meets opportunity, maybe.
Yeah.
1997, he turns heel, the villain. joins the Nation of Domination faction.
Ah, the Nation. Okay.
And by turning bad, he could finally unleash that natural arrogance, that incredible charisma he obviously had. He starts trash talking like nobody else. He didn't just accept the hate, he fed on it, and bam, it just clicked. The Rock was born.
And that's the pivot point. He stops being just Rocky Maivia, the wrestler, and starts becoming The Rock, this cultural force.
Yeah, absolutely. Suddenly, he's not just in the WWF, he's driving its success during that whole Attitude Era, which was massive.
Right, the Austin era, DX, and The Rock.
His segments were breaking records. There was this one comedy bit he did with Mankind, This Is Your Life. It got an 8.4 Nielsen rating.
8.4? For a wrestling segment.
Unheard of, basically. One of the highest ratings ever for Monday Night Raw. That showed his appeal went way beyond just wrestling fans.
And the catchphrases were everywhere. SmackDown. He basically invented that term, right? It became a whole show.
And a flagship show, yeah.
Yeah.
And the dictionary. Merriam-Webster added SmackDown in 2007. That's insane crossover power.
Okay, so by 2000, he's conquered wrestling. 10-time world champ, Royal Rumble winner. He's at the absolute peak.
Mm-hmm.
So leaving then for Hollywood, that feels like a huge gamble, doesn't it? Given how many wrestlers tried and, well, didn't make it big in movies.
Massive risk, absolutely. But it sets up phase 3, the Hollywood crossover, building that bankable brand. And the launch pad, surprisingly maybe, was hosting Saturday Night Live.
SNL in 2000. Yeah, he killed it on that.
He really did. Showed his comedy chops, his timing, his charisma outside the ring. And Hollywood noticed. Offers started coming in.
And they didn't start small. His debut role, the Scorpion King in The Mummy Returns, 2001. That movie broke records, right?
It did. Broke the 2-year record for the highest grossing single day ever at the time. The audience demand was just immediate, undeniable.
And then the salary for his first leading role, the spin-off, The Scorpion King in 2002, $5.5 million.
Your $5.5 million.
How does that even happen for a first-timer? How did his team swing that?
Smart strategy. They didn't position him as a rookie actor. They sold him as a pre-existing global brand with a huge built-in fan base from wrestling. He wasn't an unknown quantity.
So treat him like a commodity already proven.
Exactly. And at $5.5 million, Guinness World Record. Highest salary for a first-time leading man. It was basically a statement, this guy is bankable.
But okay, let's be real. It wasn't all smooth sailing right away, was it? The mid-2000s. Films like Walking Tall, Doom, even the family stuff like The Game Plan. They made money, some of them, but he wasn't quite locking in that A-list status consistently yet. Was there a worry he'd get stuck?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
There was definitely a period where it felt like he might just be, the action guy, maybe slipping towards B movies, or just the wrestler who acts. The reviews were mixed. The box office wasn't always phenomenal.
So what changed? What was the next big shift?
The 2010s. Specifically, Fast 5 in 2011, bringing him in as Agent Luke Hobbs. That wasn't just joining a franchise. He was brought in to, juice it up.
Ah, okay. This is where that nickname comes from.
Yep, franchise Viagra. Love it or hate it, it kind of perfectly captured his value proposition for a while there.
He comes in, injects energy, box office goes up.
Exactly. He became the go-to guy to reinvigorate existing series. He mastered playing that larger-than-life character within an ensemble. Hobbs in Fast and Furious, Maui in Moana. He became maybe the safest bet in Hollywood for a massive opening weekend.
And the numbers are just staggering. Over $14.9 billion worldwide gross for his films.
Mind-blowing numbers. And think about this. In the 2010s, he was the 6th highest grossing actor overall. But take out the Marvel Cinematic Universe actors. He was number 1.
Wow. So he was basically his own cinematic universe in terms of drama.
Pretty much. Yeah. But just being the biggest box office star, that wasn't the end game. That success, that capital, it enabled phase 4, which is about building the business empire and making this really interesting, risky pivot towards dramatic acting.
Right. The ownership mentality really kicks in here. It's not just about the acting fee anymore. 2012, $7 Productions. His own company.
Yeah, co-founded it, started producing his own projects, taking creative control. But the real game changer, business-wise, tequila.
Teremana.
Bro.
Launched 2020, and it just went vertical, didn't it?
It's astonishingly fast. The valuation is already estimated around $3.5 billion. That's wild. It shows he learned how to take that WWE-honed marketing skill and apply it directly to consumer goods where he has full control.
And speaking of control and old dreams,
yeah,
football comes back around.
It does. The XFL purchased in 2020 with partners for $15 million. The then merging it with the USFL to create the UFL, the United Football League. He's now a co-owner.
Think about that, Art. Cut from the CFL with $7?
To co-owning a professional American football league. It's incredible.
Yeah.
That's reclaiming that initial failure in the biggest way possible.
And then locking down his own brand. Joining the board of TKO Group Holdings this year, that's the WWE parent company.
Right, WWE and UFC.
And that deal gave him full ownership of the name The Rock, the trademark, everything. Complete vertical integration of Dwayne Johnson, Inc.
It's fascinating, though, how right around the time he achieves this peak business control, he hits his first major creative speed bump in ages. Black Adam.
Ah, yes. 2022, the DC movie.
Yeah.
Huge expectations.
Huge. And it just didn't deliver. Mixed reviews, box office disappointment relative to the hype and budget. And suddenly, there was real criticism about his star power, his creative influence maybe being too much.
So that stumble seems to have triggered maybe the most unexpected pivot yet. Towards serious acting, vulnerability.
It really looks that way. Compare Black Adam to what he's doing now, The Smashing Machine, the upcoming film where he plays MMA fighter Mark Kerr.
Right, I've seen pictures. The transformation is intense, prosthetics, everything.
Totally different look. And he's spoken about deliberately wanting to explore difficult themes, personal struggles, things he hasn't touched on screen before. It feels like a direct response, almost.
A high-risk move, though. Trading guaranteed blockbusters for indie drama cred.
High risk, high reward. But the early signs are strong. It premiered at the Venice Film Festival, got a standing ovation. Critics are using words like impressively vulnerable. There's even early Oscar buzz floating around.
Oscar buzz for The Rock. Wow.
It's a deliberate shift. And it continues. He's confirmed for a Martin Scorsese crime drama in 2025, set in Hawaii. That's serious territory.
Scorsese, okay, he's not playing around.
Not at all. But characteristically, he keeps all the plates spinning. He also jumped back into WWE recently, 2024, with this final boss persona.
Right, kind of an arrogant Hollywood heel, mixing old Rock vibes with the current bloodline story.
Exactly. Shows he can still step back into that world when he wants to, stir the pot, and keep the family legacy going too, right? His daughter Simone, Ava, she's in WWE now, 4th generation.
Dynasty continues. It's interesting, too. This move towards vulnerability on screen seems to parallel some of his off-screen stuff, too. Philanthropy, like that huge SAG-AFTRA era donation.
Yeah, largest individual one ever to their relief fund, reportedly.
Yeah.
And he's been more open about his own struggles, talking about dealing with depression multiple times since college, pushing for mental health awareness.
Even handling that Maui Fund controversy, remember the backlash about asking for donations? He came out and apologized pretty directly for how they rolled that out.
Right, it shows a level of accountability, maybe. Learning to navigate public perception, even at his level. It all ties together, this willingness to be a bit more exposed, perhaps, which you need for those dramatic roles.
So the big lesson here, listening to this whole arc, it's about recognizing when to pivot. When something's not working or when there's a bigger opportunity, don't just stick with the formula.
I think that's exactly it. It's constant risk assessment. Cut your losses, shift your assets, lean into the next thing immediately.
Which leaves us and leaves you listening with a really interesting question to chew on, doesn't it? We've seen the backup athlete, the rejected rookie, the trash-talking megastar, the box office king, the business titan, and now the serious dramatic actor.
Yeah.
So thinking about his ultimate legacy, what defines it? Is it going to be that incredible commercial power, the franchise Viagra years that generated billions?
Or is it this later stage, this move towards artistic risk, vulnerability, the critical acclaim he's chasing now with films like The Smashing Machine? Which one will matter more in the long run?
Something to think about.
Definitely. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.
That wraps up the incredible journey of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, a man who proved that no matter where you start, discipline, adaptability, and relentless drive can take you to the top. From WWE rivalries to Hollywood fame, and from business ventures to philanthropy, his life is a reminder that success is built step by step with grit and vision. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next inspiring journey in our Success Stories of Famous People playlist. Until then, keep dreaming big and chasing your own success story.